back. WNST, Towson, Baltimore, and Baltimore Positive. We are in a positive lockdown situation right now with the coronavirus and COVID-19 and all eyes on TV and news, and there are no sports to talk about. It certainly feels like a long way away from when I met Mimi Brown of State Farm over at Lee's. We had basketball season and buses and fun and tournament time, and we were going to have brackets, and we were going to do all that. And instead, I invite you on, Mimi, while I drink from the koozie that you gave me with your name on it and say, I guess it's a good time to have insurance, right? It's a good time to have a good insurance agent. It's a good time to, kind of reassess everything in your life. We all have a lot of thinking and a lot of time on our hands right now, right?
Yes, exactly. So I would say we're definitely there for the times that you don't expect to need us, the unexpected times that you're not sure what's going to happen. So it's definitely one of those times right now. Did not expect 2020 to get off to a start like this.
Yeah, I think for every business and for all the chaos going on around us. I mean, from your perspective on the insurance side of things, right? I mean, if there's an auto accident now, I guess there are less cars on the road. If there's, those kinds of things. But if you want to get insured, figure out what your insurance level is. Lots of people freak out about losing their income and primary income. Some thoughts about the first 24, 48 hours of coronavirus and what you're hearing and feeling from constituents and people around and customers and just people as we're all sort of reevaluating where we are in our lives right now, right?
I think the benefit with us is we always are there for times that are unexpected. So we've been training for this, and it hasn't shut down my office. We're working remotely, but we're not meeting clients face to face, but we are still there for you 24/7. So if you call our phone number, the 410-878-0232, you will have one of my team members on the line to be able to assist you through any questions you might have, whether it be purchasing insurance, a car accident, unexpected, you're in the hospital, anything like that. We're still here. We're still here to serve you through those times. So, just changing how we do business. So we're still here, but it's remote. It's not face-to-face anymore. So if you pick up the phone, email, or text, we're still here.
You and I met through this crazy ESPN bus a little over a month ago, and we're all into basketball season. I know I remember asking you about insurance and the state of insurance. I have auto insurance. I don't know if I'm getting a good deal or not. I haven't shopped it in a long, long time. I have condo insurance. I haven't shopped it in a long, long time. And when someone says, all right, and my dear friend Leonard Raskin from Raskin Global had a seminar about money and 401k, and this is, pre-crash, a couple of weeks, all the 3 weeks ago, a long time ago.
Before everyone's freaking out.
Yeah, before everyone's free. Back when I met you, we were just hanging out, like eating, sandwiches and having fun, drinking beer, talking basketball, wondering about things like brackets. And I go back so far, I remember when I was pissed that Pearl Jam canceled. Now I'm like, oh, that's just one of the many things that's going on. But this would be a time where you have a lot of time on your hands, and I'm trying to tell people, use your time wisely. Get to know your children. Read a book. Catch up on some of the great catch up on that project. You've been wanting to read the classics. You want to learn Spanish or Italian. This is a good time to do that, right? Because you're going to have this downtime, and it's all that time that I spent watching basketball and your family spent doing lacrosse stuff and whatever else we're doing in the spring season, baseball opening day. Now we get that time to do something else. One of the things I think all of us have had our world rocked, and I don't know of anybody who's doing well financially through this, whether it's through the stock market or their land or wherever they are or their income, but thinking about insurance and whether you're in the right place or thinking about all of those wills, where your money is, your 401k. If you're at a place like I am, quite frankly, and Mimi, I'm just quite frankly, I'm there. Like shopping auto, shopping condo insurance, looking around and saying, where can I save a little money? Where can I maybe help myself a little bit more in a case of a catastrophic thing? As you've pointed out, and I never really think about this with an insurance agent, you're like a crisis management person. It's what you do all day, every day, right? Nobody's real happy when they're calling you because something probably gone wrong, right?
Exactly. Yeah, so we're used to it's never always the happy times that we're there for. We sell a promise and we're there when things go wrong.
See, I met you under happy times. I met you like, at a tavern and great food and the bus, but that's not usually how people meet you, right?
No, not at all. I wish. But sometimes, a lot of it's we're there when the unexpected happens.
No wonder you were so chipper and cheery with me that night, right? It was just a social outing most of the time. But for you right now, especially, right? I mean, the last couple of days, and for someone like me that says, all right, maybe I'm paying too much. Maybe I don't like my agent. Maybe I don't know my agent. Maybe I want to know my agent. Maybe it's important that I know my agent because of times like this where if I did have a question, I don't get 1-800, call us out of state. That's going to be my insurance agent. I don't want that relationship with my insurance agent anymore.
And I think, what we insure that promise, car accident, a death in the family, you're out of work due to an injury or sickness. It's not something that I don't think most people want, a 1-800 call center. And a lot of times people don't think about it until the unexpected happens. And
that's always the hardest time. We've all had one of those experiences, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Well, in crisis management for you, any life advice you've got as an insurance agent, professionally trained for all of this when the freakouts come? What have the freakout calls been in the first? Obviously, the first freakout for me was Pearl Jam. Now it's down to, I can't find toilet paper, right?
Right.
There's no meat aisle anymore, There's no fresh vegetables. There's various things that have gone on here, but from an insurance perspective, just some basic thoughts, as we go through this together.
I think the part right now is trying to find the silver lining in all this. So a lot of our customers, we also offer business insurance. So my heart goes out to all the other business owners in Baltimore that, you're trying to figure out how do we do business in a time like this, and just the amount of people that affects from the business owner to all the employees in our area. But trying to figure out how do we do business in a situation like this. So that's where I think finding that silver lining. So with us, luckily we are able to be there still through text message, phone calls, and email. But I think the rest of it's all of us trying to figure out how as a community can we come together to still support other local businesses.
So if I call you 6 months ago and say, I think the whole world's going to hell in a handbasket, and I think, my revenue is going to be down as a business, they're going to come and shut my door, or I'm only going to have curbside takeout, or my employees won't be able to come to work, and we're the kind of place where they have to come to work, and we can't work remotely, and because not the whole world's not built that way. Insurance on the business side, what does State Farm or anyone else? I remember trying to get some pump insurance in a basement, or trying to get hurricane, insurance with your Nag's Head, home that's on stilts. I know some things are sort of uninsurable to some degree. Where are we in this modern world right now when the governor holds a press conference and says your business is shut at 5 o'clock today?
I know, in the insurance world, so that's not something that's necessarily covered. So it's a hard part is trying to find, again, what I was talking about, that silver lining is how do we all come together as a community. But, we are there for the unexpected. We do want to support other local businesses as well. So in insurance, unfortunately, that's not usually covered.
Right.
But, not sure where everything else could go if, any of the other unexpected that we do cover, such as, a fire or something happening to the actual, restaurant location or office locations that they're no longer able to be open. That is covered. And with a lot of people not being there, you never know what could happen.
Mimi Brown's our friend. She's over at Canton. You can find her at 410-878-0232. Don't go knock on the door right now because we're all sort of working remotely here. And, I guess for your industry right now and trying to figure this all out and being in Baltimore and us on shutdown, I know just on a personal level, none of us want to catch this thing, right? The first and foremost is personal safety right now. The world's changed dramatically in the last couple of days.
Correct, yeah. So trying to stay away from people. Again, we still are available 24/7 over the phone, texting, and then also emailing. But unfortunately, no handshakes from us.
Elbow bumps, the way we're doing it around here. Just a little recap for the ESPN party bus and the big night down at Lee's. And that was some fun times, right? We didn't know that was going to be as good as it was going to get, the Michigan State game and the loss and all that stuff. But at least for that weekend, we had some fun with sports for a little while. And I think for all of us, and I know you come from a family that loves sports as well, having sports taken away from us as much as anything has been one of the weird parts. And I'm in the sports business, right? The NFL's percolating this week and doing some business. But these are some weird times not having sports for sports people in the spring.
It's definitely a weird time. I will say my sister graduated 2 years ago, and when she graduated from Harvard playing lacrosse, and they had the Ivy League sent out an email saying they canceled all sports, and all we could think about is what if that was your senior year? What if that was, the year that your last year playing and it was canceled? So I can't imagine being there, especially with all the prep that goes into being an athlete, a college athlete, or any athlete in general, and not being able to show up.
Well, that was kind of the moment for me, right? The NBA night. I was with Quint Kessenich, who was, a great goalie at Hopkins, a legendary guy on ESPN with the bus, right? So
right.
I was with him doing an event at Maryland Sports Boosters. It's like one of those nights like the O.J. Simpson night. Like, you just don't forget where you were and who you're with. And we were sitting there, and Quint literally looked down on his phone. He's like, they just canceled the Ivy League. Like, and the Ivy League is the top of lacrosse, right? And I'm like, well, that doesn't. And then an hour later it was the NBA, and then an hour later it was Tom Hanks, right? And that was the night. And the Ivy League canceling its lacrosse was the beginning of all of it. That shut down everything on that evening. So yeah, and I thought about that too, and I also thought about all these basketball players that are on airplanes, flying places that have their tournament weekends and brackets, and St. Patrick's Day and opening day, and the baseball players getting sent home, and the hockey players. I mean, everybody in the world, every kid having to pack their bag in every dorm, in every senior year, every high school being shut down. I thought to myself psychologically, there is no insurance on psychology, right? I thought,
no.
Man, every human being I know is going through it with a child who is struggling with this, with a spouse who's struggling with this, with someone who owns a business that's losing their money, their ability to feed their family, and I thought about things like money advisors and insurance people and everyone that's going to be overwhelmed, not let alone hospitals and nurses, and thought, we're in a pretty chaotic circumstance right now, and sports does take a back seat, and all that takes a back seat, and things like how's my insurance and where's Mimi's number, right? Those become a little bit more top of mind. So I do appreciate you taking a little time. Stay safe out there. I'm going to send everybody to call Mimi Brown 410-878-0232. Her name's right on the cup here. I'm glad you gave me the koozie. This has been a nice. I went and grabbed this. I had to think, like, Mimi gave me that koozie that night. Did I leave it in the car? But I have it, so there it is. Perfect, right?
Yeah, we have to be there to help it sometimes, even to keep the drink cold.
I was worried that it wasn't going to wrap around the big glass, but it's fine. I think I stretched it out a little bit. Maybe stay safe, all right? We'll send everybody to say hello to you. Take care of your family, and hopefully a couple, 3-4 weeks from now, we're back to at least, meeting at Lee's over a drink and a plate of food or something, okay?
Okay, no, that sounds good.
Get some curbside from all of our friends in Canton as well. Mimi Brown, 410-878-0232. She's with State Farm. And Mimi at insuringbmore.com. It says so right on the koozie. Nasty at WNST.net. That's the way to find me. We are literally just talking to the people who are our sponsors, our friends, city businesses, people that I know, people who need some help, people that I want to tell their story, because we don't really have a whole lot of sports to talk about. Now, when the Ravens are doing stuff, we're going to talk about it. I'm not going to go best of right now. I'm not going into shutdown mode. As a matter of fact, I might just turn my hat backward and go into full-on 24-hour-a-day Reverend Scott radio around here. If you get that reference from Channel 9. All my friends in Secaucus, they get that reference. Find us out on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and Snapchat and Instagram, and email me anytime. Nasty at WNST.net. My thanks to Mimi Brown. My thanks to all of our sponsors. Get some curbside at Pizza John's or State Fair or Al's or any of our sponsors. Fadley's. Damie came on. You can get fish to go. You can order crab cakes just email over. Go to the website at Fadley's. All of our sponsors are trying to remain in business. The only way they can remain in business is if you support them. Please do so. I am Nestor. We are WNST.net, AM 1570, and WNST, and Baltimore Positive. We never stop talking. Good local stories with our friends and sponsors. Let's keep it all together.